Hey, what's going on, everyone? Nick Daniels here, coming at you live yet again. Today, man, we're doing another video, but we're talking about a movie I watched the other day, which I thought was pretty interesting, and I just want to shoot the shit on that for a few minutes. Before we get in, I just want to address, by the way, too, we finally got the DJ Pocket on a little tripod here, our little selfie stick. So hopefully that's pretty good. I like the little distance there. And, well, anyway, without any further ado, let's just get into this. So I watched Monster Hunter. I don't commonly really do movie reviews anymore. I don't find them entertaining. But this one I thought was pretty funny, and I really wanted to talk about it. So don't hate me here, but I went to this movie completely blind. I didn't know that there was anything other than just this movie. Supposedly there's either a game or a book, possibly both. But yeah, so I didn't know anything about what I was watching here. All I knew was that the woman, I forget her name all the time, but the woman, the lead actress in the Resident Evil movies, was the main actress in this movie, and she was fighting monsters. And it looked like to be out in a desert or something from the movie poster. That's all I knew. So I'm not going to lie to you, I set my expectations pretty low regarding that, because I don't know, I think she kind of got washed up at the end of the Resident Evil series. So, I mean, I thought I was kind of made sense. And went into it, like I said, completely blind. And here's what I thought, man. So, yeah, we're going to spoil everything. So, anyway, getting right into it. So, first of all, I find out that, like, the U.S. Army is rolling in randomly to the desert because their team has gone missing. And, some occurrences happen, and they get warped in basically to some other dimension of some kind. But basically it looks the exact same, except it's all sand. And this is obviously where the creatures are and everything. And, they were trying to build up the characters, and then they all just get rinsed, except her, the main actress, and the main character. And, like, right off the bat, man, it was super cliche with a few of the things. The opening scene, there was a lot happening, but it was like it was another place, like it wasn't Earth, I suppose, and they had different technology that looked like to be a little bit more older, but some of it seemed to be a little bit more futuristic in a sense. I really wanted them. I really wanted to see them. I didn't care about the U.S. Army, or whoever, like the military. I wanted to see them. They had a boat that was literally riding the sand. I don't know how that made any sense, but I wanted to find out more about these people. Where they come from, their technology, why they're using old sailboats, or not old sailboats, but like old boats, right? Like, I don't know, I thought it was really interesting. And if the movie just focused on them, I would have been sold, I think, with the concept. But anyway, so the main actress, like I said, yada yada, her whole crew gets killed by basically a bunch of bug spiders. Somehow she didn't get killed. I kept thinking, like, I don't know, like I kept thinking, like maybe, like, for some odd reason, you know what I mean? She survived it and grew stronger. I would have liked to see that. I thought it would have been kind of like a classic movie trope, but I don't know, like the whole squad perishes and then she finds out for some reason, like she was kept alive for something. We didn't see any of that. So it's really not explained at all. Like how this woman made it out of there when her whole squad just died instantly. Or not instantly, but you know what I mean. They all just got, like, completely fucked. And the other main character, I just call him the Asian dude. I just find it's easier. Just saying. I don't know, I didn't know much about him. I forget the name of him already. Like, you can already tell this movie. Yeah, so he kind of seemed like a badass in the beginning. And he was on one of the boats in the very beginning with those other people. And they ended up obviously meeting and then eventually working together, if not having a fight in the beginning. I don't even know how, by the way, she even, like, fought back and was, like, kicking his ass. I always hate that in kind of movies. Like, like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I guess she's got, like, the military training. But, like, she looks like she's, like, half the guy's size and weight. And, like, he's clearly, like, a good agile fighter, and he clearly has good maneuvers, but they were doing, like, excessive combat. Like, he would, like, dramatically roll or jump to kick her. I was like, just fucking boot him. And it'd be like a kick or something, he'd be down. I was like, I didn't make any sense. And she was wounded. I was like, I don't know. Some of the scenes in this movie, I'm telling you, man, I was shaking my fucking head. I couldn't believe it. And one of the biggest movie tropes I hate is when they have big monsters or something, they always make them scream in the camera, like excessively. Like it just like goes right in on the face and the thing just roars constantly. They do that every fucking time. You have to see that a lot in this movie. And it gets really annoying really quick. At least for me. I'm just telling you my perspective. People might have went in and loved this thing, but I'm telling you, I was a little iffy with the whole thing. But it was really funny at how I just laughed at a lot of the movie. I couldn't take a lot of it seriously. So she starts learning like the swords. Like, hey, I'm just gonna be all over the place too, by the way. This isn't going in order. But she learns like the weaponry. So Asian dude teaches her the weaponry. And she gets two of the blades together, and she, like, literally physically, like, it looks like the fucking blades of chaos from God of War. And she puts the two blades together, and they, like, light up on fire. And I have no reason, I can't explain why that's happening. The importance of that scene, I could not tell you. There's, like, later in the movie, there's, like, a bunch of scenes where, like, there's, like, a scene where, like, all these animals are running, so clearly, like, some, like, type of dinosaurs or something. And they're running past them. And she's just like weaving these blades around in the air, like obviously to hurt them and scare them, like to not run directly into her. And oh man, I was just shaking my head. There's like one guy that speaks English, so like they can actually have a conversation between, because it's like some weird dialect that she doesn't understand, which I mean would make sense. There's a cat that's like a chef. I just shook my head when I saw it. I'm sure that this cat is like in whatever, whether it's a book or a game, I'm sure this cat actually has like importance and is actually like, you know, led up to some degree. This was literally just like a scene where she like turned her head and there was a cat there cooking. It just doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Like if you go in like me, you're just like, I'm just gonna go watch this movie. I'm telling you, that's not gonna make any sense. Like, I was utterly confused of why that scene existed. I still can't tell you. Like, no sense. Nobody in the audience laughed. Like, we went on premiere night because why the hell not? And I'm fucking telling you, nobody in the audience was like, haha. Like, it was quiet. So yeah, that happened. So, like, the end game boss is interesting. Supposedly, oh yeah, and like I said, we'll get back here. We'll get back. Supposedly, he can only be hurt a certain way, which is when he breathes fire, like it's a dragon. You can only hurt him when he's breathing the fire. I was just sitting there, like, just thinking about it, and I was like, what if the thing just never breathed fire? Like, what if it knew that? What if it was like, fuck, I can only be kind of hurt this way, and it just rolled up and just started like ripping people apart with its teeth? It wouldn't be a bad strat because you wouldn't be able to hurt it. Anyway, I think that was bullshit. I think like you can hurt it, but like you're not really going to do any serious damage. I think that's what they were trying to say, because I'm pretty sure you could hurt it. And I don't know why I get mad, man. Like they fly this dragon around, and then it just like it lands every time it attacks. I was like, dude, like if I'm a dragon and I know my enemies are down on the ground, I would just not do that. I would just be up in the air. I'd make it so they couldn't hit me. Like, they didn't look like they had guns. Like, they've got swords. They ain't getting up there. Like, I just hover enough. You know, like in Skyrim, right? When the dragon just hovers enough, if you don't get the bow out, you ain't hitting the thing, right? Or magic. Like, if you don't got either one of those, you're not touching them. So, yeah, you can see where I'm coming from. There was one of the main creatures in the beginning. It's this one that it looks like it's just one, too. It just goes underneath the sand. Like that's like it swims, I guess, under the sand. I don't understand. And eventually they take that thing out, and it's just like a sword into the head. I'm like, dude, like they were putting like fucking machine gun bullets to this thing and everything, and I still don't understand like why the sword could pierce the skin of this creature. Like maybe it was like a weak spot. That's the only thing I can come up with. But like, I'm just so confused. Like I couldn't put two and two together. Like that, she even bazookaed the thing. Right? She grabs an RPG, and like you just think, like the RPG would probably like do this thing in. It was like no. So yeah, there's some scenes I was just like utterly confused at, and the ending really annoyed me because I knew that was coming. So yeah, here it comes. But like, I'm pretty sure the guy who's like made this movie like worked on the original Mortal Kombat movie like way back in the day, because the ending is like completely symbolic of that. So the ending in the old Mortal Kombat is like I think it's the three of them. I think it's like Liu Kang, Liu Johnny, and maybe Sonya. Johnny Cage and Sonya. I forget who exactly, but there's 3 of them, and they like line up and they all do like their attack, and it ends right, like it ends like they're going in, and it's like obviously just immediately lines up the sequel for the next like split second, like that's where the sequel would be. And this movie does the exact same, and it was really annoying because I knew it was coming. But it's funny because she gets back to her world, and like the military is just conveniently rolling up with like jeeps and tanks and, you know, planes, and it's like helicopters, and, you know, they're just all rolling up. Like, it's super convenient. So I feel like the military kind of knew what was going on, but again, that's not explained either. And sure enough, Endgame boss rolls up, Dragon, before she beats it, and yeah, it just fucking goes in there, which I thought was funny, and just like rapes everything. But one of them was a plane, and I forget. I don't know military really well, but I feel like it was more of like not like a surveillance plane, but something like that. But I feel like it was going way too fucking low. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like right there on the ground almost, and the thing just like rolled up and took it out. I was laughing, man. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that was doing down there. Like, you got to see it, man. It was close to the ground. I was confused. This whole movie, I was confused and laughing of how poor some things were just shown. And apparently, like in the lore of not this movie, the army doesn't even, like, that's not a thing. Like, they're not involved. So like, it's just funny that they did that, maybe just to make it more relatable. We don't fucking know. I don't know, man. At the end of the day, man, I don't know. Like, it was pretty. Oh yeah, and there was humor too. Like, they started whipping in jokes, like halfway into the movie, and like I was actually kind of pissed me off because like I thought it was like a serious kind of movie, you know, at first, right? Like, it looked kind of grim. Like, people were getting fucked up, and I was like, you know, okay, cool. Like, I'm kind of getting the vibe, and then like halfway through, like, now the Asian dude, right, and her were, you know, they were cracking jokes 24/7, and I was like, I was looking at my buddy, I was like, are we like, did we sign up to a comedy tonight? Are we watching like a serious movie about people getting killed by like creatures and bugs and stuff? You know, I could see the odd joke, but it was like, oh man, it was like every couple minutes at that point they had to just make something stupid and funny, which wasn't funny, by the way. I think that's how they even tried to play the cat off. They tried to play the cat as funny. It wasn't funny. It was like, if you explored that more, like, not the cat, but I mean like their world, their people, their language, their everything, I think the cat would have made a lot more sense. It was just like they just got tossed in there, and I was just like puzzled. I was like, I don't get it. Just saying. Anyway, man, I don't know. I'm not rating it out of 5. I don't know. I wouldn't even have a rating. Maybe like, I don't know, 2.5. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. All I know is there's a bunch of fans online that are like pretty upset with this thing. Like, they saw the trailer and they were like, oh fuck, that looks like it sucks. Man, like, if it's a video game or a book, I should probably go find out, but I'm really not that interested, honestly. I think it's a video game. But let's just say it's a video game. Any video game movie adaptation usually just fails. Like, I'm kind of curious about the new Mortal Kombat one coming out. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm telling you right now, man, they just fucking fail. Like, they're just not done well. I think the first Resident Evil and the second one were actually not that bad, and then they just went downhill from there. And this one's just gonna follow those books, I think. I don't know. I think they went above their pay grade on that one. I think I mean, the idea is great. Like, it's not a bad idea. It's just like, it's just fucking executed, man. Ugh, like, literally execute it. Yeah, man. So I don't know. Go watch it if you want. It was a good laugh. That's Monster Hunter. Sorry it took longer than I thought on this one, but I really wanted to explain why I thought it was funny. So, all right, we're gonna go make another video. Thanks for watching. We're gonna see you later. All right, peace. Yo, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you want to check out my Instagram here, I do a little bit of photography on the side. Be sure to check it out, NickDaniels65, Instagram.com. You can feel free to message me on there if you got any video ideas. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Take it easy. Cheers.